concede that there is an extraterrestrial presence in the universe, those acts by themselves, because of their environmental damage, violate existing standards, including the Outer Space Treaty and the Moon Treaty.
Yeah, that's right. And the question that arises as well is, whose property is it? Is it, who gets to go there? What can we do there? Is there any kind of, as you know, of international law that states then that it belongs to all of humanity, or what, one country, or how does it work? Do you know any details on this, Alfred?
Sure. All of the law so far is contained primarily in the Outer Space Treaty and the Moon Treaty. And what the Outer Space Treaty says, essentially, is that all celestial bodies are universal commons, like the law of the sea. Nobody owns the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean, but rather it's a commons. And the same sort of principle has been applied to celestial bodies.
Oh, really? So it's a maritime law upon space. Really? Interesting.
Yeah. So, there's a special branch called the law of the sea.
Yes.
And so, no nation can claim sovereignty over any celestial body, including the moon. And the moon is mentioned especially in the Outer Space Treaty and in the Moon Treaty. And so the moon is like the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean.
Yes.
And here we're dealing with the fragile ecology of celestial bodies, especially the moon. And so that's why we're saying that L-Cross is a violation. The bombing of L-Cross is a violation of the Outer Space Treaty and of the Moon Treaty, and that that the bombing should be terminated. Plans for the bombing should be terminated prior to October 9th, 2009.
And yes, go ahead.
Yeah, when the bombing is contemplated.
That's right. And Alfred, I think it's a good time to begin here to round things up. Our first segment, and then begin talking more in our members area. But I do want to ask you if you have any kind of, let's say that someone want to get in some way involved, and do you have any petitions people can sign, or get on the bandwagon, so to speak, and try to stop this, or what is going on? Can people go to your website to find out more about this?
Yes, we have written an extensive article on this issue in our column at Examiner.com. It's a nationwide newspaper in the U.S. Online newspaper, and if you want to access this quickly, just go to exopolitics.com, which is our website, and you can click there. You can also petition NASA directly at their website, nasa.gov, and you can either fax or email the director there, as well as the director of L-Cross. And the director of L-Cross has publicly stated, so that you can see what respect NASA has for international law,
mm-hmm.
that are, and I'm giving you a direct quote, that the arguments that we have put forth are, quote, rubbish. So they're taking a stonewall approach, and they're stonewalling the entire issue.
Yeah.
So we urge people to contact them back, so that at least we have the voice of public opinion coming back. I mean, you remember that there were 50 million people on the streets in the weeks before the illegal invasion of Iraq in 2003, and trying to stop that war, which is genocidal and crimes against humanity, and which is a deep war crime. And we had the same type of arrogance from the Bush administration at that point. Well, the same type of arrogance now exists in NASA with regard to L-Cross.
That's right. And so let's begin here, Alfred, to round things up. I want to mention again the websites, of course, exopolitics.com, exopolitics.org. Check out peaceinspace.com as well, and we will add links to nasa.gov and the Examiner article that Alfred mentioned as well. And before we round things off here, though, for the first segment, first hour here, tell people how they can get a copy of your book as well if they're interested in reading more of your work and material, Alfred.
Yes, people can go either to exopolitics.com or to Amazon.com and just look up my book, which is Exopolitics, Politics, Government, and Law in the Universe. And that's the easiest way to get it.
Wonderful. The book again is Exopolitics, Politics, Government, and Law in the Universe. Do check it out. Stay with us, Alfred. We'll be right back after this break.